What's up, Neoprene Gang? Today we are going to talk about Playmats. I've got all my Playmats here. We're going to flip through them. We're going to talk about the current state of my Playmat collection because I think that's fun. We're going to talk about the investability in Playmats. I'm going to give you my opinions on that. We're going to talk about my favorite artwork on the Playmats. We're going to talk about my favorite way to store, or we're going to talk about what I like about certain Playmats. We're going to talk about my favorite way to store Playmats. We're going to talk about all things Playmats. So if you don't care about Playmats, you should see yourself out of here. But maybe you do care. So first off, I love my RuneScape Playmat, and I like to show it off as much as possible because it's one of the things I'm most proud of in my life. This was a custom Playmat I had made. But I did want to talk about stitched edging. But before we get anywhere, this is kind of like somebody sent me a Playmat. Red Riot Games sent me a Playmat, and they've got a awesome skirmish blitz. I don't think it's a skirmish. It's an event coming up. There's a link in my bio if you want more information on it. And they've got these awesome Flesh and Blood Playmats. We'll talk about those in a second. But Red Riot Games sent me this and gave me the idea to do a video on Playmats because I'm excited about Playmats. Anyway, I want to talk about stitched edging. I want to know your thoughts on stitched edging. At first, I really liked stitch edging, but then I started getting fraying in the stitched edging. And so I'm actually working on getting my Playmats made for my channel. I'm going to have 50 limited Playmats that are going to be full art with no play zone in it. And then I'm going to do an unlimited run that will have the play zone in it for everybody. And that will go out to the patrons first, and they'll get a small discount on the Playmats too. And then it will go to the public. So whatever's left over on the limited ones will go to the public. It'll be like a limit of 2. I'm having custom artwork designed. It costs some money. Yeah, custom artwork made. It's gonna be cool. So anyway, I'd love to know if you like the stitching and what your opinion. I mean, this Playmat's like probably 6 years old, honestly, and it's doing all right, but it does have some fraying on it, and it's just that way though. I mean, anyway, so I'd love to know what you like about stitched. All right, let's talk about Playmats though, because I think a lot of people are wondering if the price of Playmats is worth it. Look at this awesome Red Riot Games Playmat. Look, they did all this custom artwork. I think it's somebody who works at Red Riot Games, or maybe their wife or somebody, if I'm capturing that right. Really cool artwork, and they have one for like each class, and it's cool. Like even like the weapons kind of match the clutch and the class. I'm not sure about the graveyard, but it's just cool to see the work that went into it, and they feel really, really good. I mean, they're thick. I mean, we could compare it. If you want to compare, I mean, they are as thick, maybe even a little bit thicker as the official Flesh and Blood Playmat. They feel really good. The feeling is actually a little bit, I would say it's like smoother. I don't know that I like it better or worse. Like this feels a little bit more like rough, I guess. But it definitely has a nice shine to it, a nice sheen. Anyway, Red Riot Games, thank you for the Playmat. And I love the Banish Zone. It kind of looks like, I don't know, it kind of looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card, but it's cool. Anyway, it's cool. I like it a lot, and they have a lot of different heroes. So if you're looking, I think they're pretty cheap too. I think they're relatively priced. So if you're looking for a Playmat, look there, because yeah, they're pretty awesome. And then they also have that event coming up. So make sure you check my description if you're looking for. I think it's $2,000 prize pool. I think they're trying to get like tons of people there and do like a $2,000 prize pool. Pretty crazy, but it's all online too. All right, so that's the Red Riot Games one. And I do think it's cool, like, to see different communities. Like, I hope you really like mine. And if you like Red Riot Games, or you want to support Red Riot Games, or if you just like the artwork on, the different ones, I think it is cool. And they are really good quality. And I'm hoping I can get the same quality in my Playmats, too. So just keep that in mind. All right, I got my Rudy Playmat. This is now my Flesh and Blood Playmat collection. Got my autographed Rudy Playmat, and this is also in order of my favorite Playmats to my least favorite Playmats, and it has nothing to do against Rudy. I just, it's Christmas, and it's kind of just like, it only works for Christmas. So I would not pull this out unless it was Christmas time, and so that's why it's kind of my least favorite. But it's cool to have it autographed, and then I do like the full art. I'm getting closer to liking the full art now that I kind of know where stuff's supposed to go in the Playmats. But let's talk about the investability in Playmats. I mean, like, these mats are selling for like $150, $175 right now. And like, I guess I paid $300 for 3 Playmats. So I guess I paid $100. And so they're going up in price, and people are starting to ask, like, are playmats investable? And so here's the thing, like, I know that he's not going to make any more of these. And so I guess we don't know that, like, but he's come out and said that, so people would be pretty upset, I think, if they did end up making more of these. And I love the callbacks to all this stuff. You'll see a bunch of that stuff in my playmat. It will not have my face on it. It will not have me in it. But there is a bunch of callbacks to Flesh and Blood in it, which is really cool. And okay, the other thing is that the official playmats are the only ones that are allowed to have the Flesh and Blood logo. So that makes this Rudy playmat like an official Flesh and Blood playmat, as opposed to like the Red Riot games or mine, which won't have the Flesh and Blood logo. Now, there are a bunch of proxied playmats out there. You need to be really, really careful that you don't pick up a proxied playmat. But you can definitely tell. I actually have a proxy playmat. Let me see if I can grab it. Somebody sent me this one. You can definitely tell a proxy playmat. They usually have the stitched edging, or a lot of the time they have the stitched edging, and then it just feels like thinner too. It just feels like the playmat feels thinner. So you can usually tell if it's proxy. None of the official Flesh and Blood ones have the stitching either, so keep that in mind. So yeah, and I think that the point being, so this is Casu. This was like the first Flesh and Blood playmat I got. Actually, I won this at an event at my LGS. And, you know, I think one of the things to talk about is that the playmats are pretty pricey. And it does seem, though, that, like, there is a possibility that they would reprint a good number of them. But the market is so high on them, I just don't see them being able to keep up to a point where, like, the market crashes on playmats. And, like, this Casu is only worth $30. Like, I don't ever see that happening. And that's why I'm okay with, like, spending some money. You'll see I spent some good money on playmats. Oh, yeah, this is great. You got Dorothy in there. And, you know, the playmats also, it's just fun to mix up your playfield or get your favorite hero. If your warrior is your favorite hero, like, it's cool to, like, see the card on there and, like, play with it. Of course, like, I do box opening videos, so, like, I want to try to have a different playmat all the time, so it's definitely worth it for my channel. I got somebody who really wants this one. I might trade it to him. We'll see. But, you know, it's important to remember that LSS has kind of stated that they care about the collectible nature of this game. And there are people who are collecting playmats. And I really, really believe that LSS is going to keep the print run and keep the market for playmats as something that they think is really fun for people to invest in. Here's a Kano one. Look, it's got the fiery head there. That's super cool. And, you know, another head here. It's really cool. It's got the Arcane Rising, which I like. I like the ones that are kind of specific to the things. Here's another Arcane Rising one. But LSS has kind of stated that they care about the collectible world. And with all the people who are, you know, people won these. People purchased them off of people who, you know, I didn't won one of them. It wasn't even like an armory, but I'm not even sure how my LGS got them. I thought these were armory things, but at the time, my LGS wasn't even an armory store. So it's just cool to see that they, like, care about it and that they are trying to protect, in my opinion, again, this is all my opinion, and I'm obviously biased, but in my opinion, they are trying to protect the collectible nature of the playmats. This is one I got from a Rudy kit. So this is, I mean, look how beautiful that is. I almost wish on this one that the play zones didn't exist and that it just had the Flesh and Blood logo. But, I mean, it's just beautiful. Like, it's so cool to see the artwork on the full spectrum and to look at it, and it just makes it fun. Like, if I was playing Ninja, like, I would love to rock this over the Casu one. And, you know, I think it's cool, too, the ones that are the land. I would love to see them do more land ones. My playmat is going to be it's like in a bar, like it's in a tavern, and there's like a fight scene going on. And so, like, when you're playing it, like, the idea is like it feels like you're there. And I would hope that they do that. Like, I love that this mat, like, when you're playing, it makes you feel like you're fighting with your ninja in this awesome universe, as opposed to, like, playing on somebody's face. So I really prefer the playmats that are kind of like this style. And that's what I'm going for in my playmat. Now, this is a recent one. This is my Mangle mat that I actually got from a patron that sold me it. And, dude, thank you so much, dude. This thing is fantastic. This is my number 3 playmat. You can see I've got 3 left. This is one of the coolest playmats. I know this was used for the armor events, but my store didn't have armor events, so they didn't get this. So I went ahead and spent the money and grabbed one. And, man, I cannot say how happy I am with it. I've used it in, like, 4 videos recently just because I love looking at this guy's head. And I would love to get one with a mango there. I don't know. Remember, because the card is Mangle, and I kept calling it Mango. And so I would love a playmat, a proxy of this one with a manga there. We'll see. I'll make it someday. But you know, I just really think that they have proven that they care about the collectible market of the game, and playmats are part of their game. Like, playmats are part of their Flesh and Blood's DNA, right? Like, they put their logo on it, so they care about it. They use it for their promos and for their events, so they care about, you know, like, this one was, I think the Tunic one, if I'm remembering right, it was for winners of calling events or winners of big, you know, worlds or whatever they were calling them at the day. So, like, people won this mat and they gave it to them as a prize. So why would they want to sacrifice the value of their mats by overprinting them? And, you know, I don't believe that the proxy market can keep up with them. I always think you'll be able to see the significant difference because they're not using the full artwork when they get them printed, so it will look different. You'll be able to tell the proxies. That's my personal belief. In fact, so much that I sold or traded like $630 worth of Flesh and or Magic the Gathering booster boxes, sealed boxes, in order to get this mat, and like boxes that I wanted, like Dominaria and some other boxes, Battle Bond, that like I didn't want to get rid of, but like I wanted this mat so bad, and so I traded for it because I believe in the playmats. And then of course you got my favorite, the one LSS sent me, the Enlightened Strike, and man, thank you guys so much again. I just love seeing it. It's on my wall usually behind me because I just love it so much. And, you know, actually, like, we're learning cool stuff about this, too. Like, I just learned the other day, like, before I thought these were, like, 1 in 14. That's kind of the information that has come out. But recently somebody has posted, actually Matt Rogers put on a Facebook post that that the LSS staff all have one of these. So that would make them, you know, more. I don't know how many people are on the LSS staff, but there are more than the 14 that were handed out to a few community members and a couple of the judges. And so maybe there are more of them. And that doesn't matter to me because I don't care about the value of them. I just think that they're so cool to have. And, you know, I think the other thing is it's important to remember that potentially they'll start putting this stuff on the Collector Center. And I would love to see print runs of these on the Collector Center. Not because I'm ever going to sell it. Like, I will never sell this playmat. But because I would love to know how rare it is. Like, I just think that would be super cool to know. You know, it's just cool. It's just awesome. And it's awesome to be able to change your battlefield and to change it up. So anyway, I just wanted to do like my playmat collection. I thought it'd be cool. Actually, when I move here in a couple of days, a couple of weeks, in my new location, when I get my new house and my new setup, I'm going to have all my playmats like on a wall, kind of moving in a direction behind me, making a cool line. And I'm really excited about that. So playmats mean a lot to me. I think the artwork and the ability to show it off is really important. So I just wanted to touch base on that and share my current playmat collection for the Neoprene Gang that I know exists. And if you like playmats, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what your favorite playmat is. Let me know if you think that my ordering was wrong on my favorite playmats. And let me know what you think about the future of the collectability aspect of these, and if you disagree with anything that I said. Hey, have a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you.